Bam! What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel once again. It is your boy Reaper for the win, and I completely, once again, screwed up the intro. It is, what is up, Squids? Welcome back to my channel. It is your boy Reaper for the win. This is the second of many videos I'm recording today. I'm actually just posted right here in my room. That's why I got a different backdrop than what I usually record with. And I'm right across the hall from my family, who is probably wondering to themselves why I'm talking to myself crazily. I do it for you people. I love you people. I need your attention. Give me a hug. Anyway, I worked a 12-hour shift today. Anyway, we are here with another, and you know, this is a surprising one for me. We are here with another episode of Reaper Reviews for a movie. A movie! It's been a good while since I did a movie review, which, as you all know, I am nothing like the Nostalgia Critic or anybody on Channel Awesome, in that I do not show video or edit video clips in with my videos. Why? Because I don't have the proper software to do that with. So basically, I just sit here looking like an idiot talking to myself, well, talking to the computer. And yeah, I do it for your people. I do it basically to relieve stress and to be crazy and everything like that. So, either way, let's get on with the review for Reaper Reviews, Pitch Perfect 1. Give me a second. Dr. Pepper. I'm a professional. Yeah, I worked a 12-hour shift today. It's hot as all get out here in the southern part of America, so it's like my throat's really dry. But either way, let's start off with let's do this with Pitch Perfect, a 2012 American musical comedy film directed by Jason Moore. The entire cast, who in a way were unknowns except for Anna Kendricks. Anna Kendricks, if you don't remember who she is, she played in, well, you guessed it, Twilight. Actually, I didn't mind the first Twilight. It was a really good mixture of great cinematography or camera work and stuff like that, and great lighting. Just the story of it sucks. But the movie also features Skylar Astin. By the way, if you're seeing the glare on my glasses and you're wondering why I keep looking over to this side of the camera and then looking back over to this side, is because I have a split screen thing going on with Wikipedia. This is what I do. Wikipedia for Pitch Perfect right over here on this side, and then right over on this side is the camera. Or, not the camera, but the video feed. Anyway, let's move on. Rebel Wilson, Anna Camp, Brittany Snow, Esther Dean, Alexis Knapp? If I mispronounced your name, I'm sorry. Hannah Maylee, Adam Devine. I guess he did it. Divine. He did it for Divine. Divine. I like vines. Ben Platt, John Michael Higgins, and Elizabeth Banks. The plot basically, I'm not going to read the rest of that, but the film premiered in Los Angeles on September 24th, 2012. God, it sounds like so far away. So long ago, it seems like 20 years. Anyway, there was a sequel several years later that was released May 15th, 2015. 3 years it took them to finally make a third one. And a second sequel, Pitch Perfect 3, is set to be released in July 21st, 2017. Be looking forward to that. I know I am. I'm actually a fan of this movie. I do enjoy this. I have a girlfriend. I have a fiance. She is a girl. I like musicals, but I have a fiance. She's a girl. Don't think differently of me. Please. Please. Love me. Wait. Love me. Creepy face. I am so freaking out of it right now. We start off the film basically showing a year prior to the main timeline itself, where the acapella groups, or all kinds of acapella groups, come together and representing for the Barden University. We have two different groups: the Troublemakers, the Rough and Tough and Awesome Boy group. Really? That was better than One Direction. I just pissed off a lot of One Direction fans. As well as the Barton Bellas, who are the main protagonists for the entire movie. And we also get to meet our two of our main leads, Aubrey Posen, played by Anna Camp, who basically loses the competition for their entire squad. I don't know why I call it squad. Who basically loses the competition for their entire a cappella group. Puking all over the stage, all over the front of the audience, blah, blah, blah. I was on a brain fart there for a second, thinking about something else. But anyway, the two announcers in the movie basically make a little small joke, and then it cuts to like a 1 year later, where we meet our main female, the main lead, Becca Mitchells, played by the one and only Anna Kendricks, who has no desire to attend college. Oh, she's a rebel and wants to be a DJ. Like every other college chick ever. Deal with it. So basically, she moves in. She goes because of the fact her father is a professor at the university. Her father, played by John Benjamin Hickey, is a professor at the university. It never says exactly what he's a professor of. He's just a professor, and that's all you need to know. Even though most professors at major universities do like to talk about their talent, their title. Oh, I'm a professor for videotapes. Yeah. I haven't gone to college yet. I'm so smart. Anyway. But yeah, we get a little funny scene at the very beginning with, with Becca and her roommate, Soo Young, I think her name is, or something. I don't know. She's a Korean chick, a South Korean chick, that is racist. If you got to see this movie, because of the fact that this Asian chick is so racist to Anna Kendrick's character. It's just, if Anna Kendrick's character did that to the Asian chick, immediately this movie would have been taken out of theaters. But because it's I'm not going to get into politics, I'm sorry. If you don't know, watch my last couple videos. I've got major hate for them. Anyway. With whom Becca, blah, blah, blah. Wishing she could instead pursue a career as a music producer, Becca spends her time making mashup mixes, blah, blah, blah. She wants to become a DJ. And there was also another little funny scene when she was going around these booths, first day of college, or the first week of college, and she finds a club that has DJ written on it. Turns out it to be Deaf Jews. Dude, I need a friend. Well, as she's walking around, she comes along the Bart and Bella's booth. And basically, Aubrey and her fellow... Hold up. One second. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Basically, I had to look up something really quick. Basically, Aubrey and Chloe Beale, played by Brittany Snow, the co-leader of the Bellas now, are standing outside and they are desperately trying to find other women that are willing to join the a cappella group. Unfortunately, not finding anyone. So, yeah. We also get to meet Jesse Swan. What? Oh, Jesse. Okay. It took me a second. I'm like, remember who he is. We meet up with also Jesse, who in the opening credit, or not the opening credits, but when Becca arrives at the school, he's doing a little air guitar to impress her. And he joins Becca at the school at an internship at the school's radio station. So basically, these two, are going to wind up together by the end of the film. Well, anyway. Oh, that happened before the booth. So anyway, we skip ahead to the booths and everything, and Chloe and Aubrey are standing outside the Bart and Bella's, blah, 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 trying to get other girls to join. Whereas the troublemakers are easily finding other people because they're champions. Champions of what exactly? Because it does get stated in the movie itself that the competition they were at the previous year, the troublemakers did not make it to the following round. They made it past the Bellas, but when it was the national competition, they didn't win. So, but they're the big shots still. So, yeah. Anyway. We get to meet basically when Becca stops at the Bella's table. We get to meet Chloe, we get to meet Aubrey, as well as Fat Amy. One of the best characters in the movie, to tell you the truth. Fat Amy is played by Rebel Wilson, who is a hugely popular and hugely famous woman right now. Most notable role she's played is mainly this. She did have a brief appearance, as far as I remember, in the Night of the Museum 3, but I don't exactly remember who she played in what, basically, is what I'm saying. So, we also get to meet Catalina Rose, played by Esther Dean, Stacy Conrad. My throat's dry as hell. Stacy Conrad, played by Alexa Knapp. Still pronouncing her name wrong. And Lily Anakarumanara, the Asian chick. I just call her hot Asian. It's true. Played by Hannah May Lee. It was also revealed that Jesse revealed to have joined the Bellas' male rival group, the Troublemakers. So, yeah. It is also stated here in the next scene that the Bellas shall not make out or sleep with any of the troublemakers, so that makes a little why these two don't hook up in the first place. We also get to meet, well, after everybody's initiated and everything like that, and the Bellas have all their group members, and the troublemakers has their new members, all the core acapella groups, there are multiple acapella groups, by the way. There are 4. There are the Bellas, the troublemakers, the Gafers. They sing mainly Madonna songs and dress very nice. Okay. And then the high notes. I love the high notes. The high notes are just a group of people that get high and think they can sing. Yeah. There's some fun scenes with. There's one fun scene with them in it. I wish there were more scenes with that group in it. We also earlier in the movie get to meet Jesse's roommate Benji, the best character in the entire movie. Straight up the best character. He's so nerdy. He's adorkable, basically. If you've never heard of that term, adorkable is adorable and dork combined to adorkable. That's all you can say for this character, because he likes Star Wars and magic, but he tries so hard to get people to like him. Kind of like me. Like me. Like me. Anyway. So basically, after some acapella group battles and stuff like that, because they have those in this movie, and a lot of the actor, pretty much all the actors in this movie are trained singers. Like, it's astonishing to see these people sing. Yeah, I enjoyed every single scene. They were singing perfectly. Excuse me. I'm such a professional. Every single scene I have thoroughly enjoyed of this movie thus far. Now it starts to get to a little bit more of the comic relief scenes and the downward spiral and then the climb. The Bellas participate in a southeastern regional competition at Carolina University, where, at Aubrey's insistence, they perform the same melody that helped the Bellas advance to the finals the previous year. Yeah, Aubrey, it turns out, does have a very big thing where if she knows something is going to be able to get them further, she's going to continuously use it because she's afraid of failure. Basically, she's afraid to try anything new. So yeah, in spite of their old set list, the group manages to place second. So they're just below the troublemakers, and they advance to nationals. Or state? I don't know. It places them in the semifinals, basically. A brief scuffle after the competition leads the Bellas to Becca's arrest by the police. Ugh. Yeah. Becca gets arrested by police because she breaks a window that the troublemakers start. Well, not really the troublemakers, the Old Tones, I think they're called. One of the guys in the movie is actually Turk from Scrubs, which I'm a huge fan of. Still to this day, I'll go back and watch old episodes. Turk. Anyway, basically, people trying to call me. Basically, from this point, the movie kind of starts to spiral downwards because it was on a high note for so long. It just straight down, stayed down for a little bit, kind of showed what each and every Bella was going through, after the whole thing broke open, because of the arrest, they had to forfeit their chances to go to the semifinals. Yeah, so apparently that's how it works with colleges. I don't necessarily know, but either way, they had a forfeit. Chloe, who earlier in the film had told all the Bellas that she has a something node. Singers will know what I'm talking about, but she basically had to get surgery to remove her nodes from her throat, which doesn't allow her to hit high notes and only the low notes from now on, which plays in well to the last scene or the last song in the movie. But basically, Becca gets arrested. Jessie calls her father to bail her out. Becca gets, blah, 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 blah. She comes back, gets the Bellas to come back together. Becca does get kicked out before this, but then she goes back and apologizes to Aubrey, who turns over the little whistle thing to Becca to become the new leader of the Bellas. She quits the radio station, for as far as I know, and starts to begin to teach the girls how to be proper again. At the semifinals. Let's just go back to the wiki, shall we? In the meantime, Becca suggests the Bellas try more daring, blah blah blah. At the semifinals, Becca provides an impromptu backup for one of her favorite songs into the traditional song on the Bellas set list to reinvigorate the crowd after they seem to have lost interest. I'm reading old stuff. I'm such a professional. The group starts to fall apart, which sparks a fight, blah blah blah. Meanwhile, Becca apologizes to Jessie, which he declines. Becca then apologizes to the Bella for actions during the semifinals and asks to have another chance, which Aubrey eventually allows. After having a group heart-to-heart conversation, the Bellas decide to adopt Becca's more modern, original music style. Meanwhile, the group leader, Bumper, played by Adam Devine. Adam Devine, if you don't know who the hell this guy is, I ask you, where have you been living? He's on Workaholics. He's one of the main guys on Workaholics. Bumper. Bumper is one of those asshole characters I very much enjoy. Bumper leaves the Troublemakers after being offered a job as a backup singer for John Mayer. With Bumper gone, Jesse provides the Troublemakers to persuades the Troublemakers to let his previously rejected roommate Benji join the group in Bumper's place. So Benji and Jesse becomes the new unofficial leader. Benji gets put in Bumper's place, who we do see come back in parts, the second movie, but he's done with this movie at this point. I'll get into the characters when we get down to that list. But at this point, it's kind of starting to hype up again, especially with the Bellas going to the school's old swimming pool. And they go over some songs, and it sounds freaking amazing. And more so when Chloe goes to, her removed nodes will not allow her to sing the high notes anymore, so she sings the low notes. And turns out it's a good thing. Well, Lily, who throughout the entire movie has just been quiet and says random things like, okay, well, I'm going to have to get really close to the camera for this one, but basically they zoom in on her face like this, and she says something like this: I've seen a dead body. Basically, that's what she's been doing the entire freaking movie, and that's actually one of her lines in the movie itself. So they go to the acapella. They work on this whole thing, and it turns out Lily is a beatboxer, which we don't find out really until the following scenes, which have the Beccas competing against the Troublemakers, basically for the national competition or something. But anyway, at the acapella acapella competition, the Bellas sing a piece arranged by Becca, which includes "Don't You Forget About Me," a very popular song, very much thanks to the Breakfast Club, which I am a huge fan of. There are several movies I'm a huge fan of. No matter how bad people think they are, I will defend them all my life. Urgh. I'm so stupid right now. And Breakfast Club is actually one of Jesse's favorite movies, and that's why Becca is singing this song to apologize to Jesse from an earlier scene when Becca did get arrested. This acts as more of an effective apology for Becca, and after the performance, she and Jesse kiss. Aww. Before the Beccas go on, the Troublemakers make their last song, which is a melody, but mainly features "I Got the Magic in Me" by B.O.B. Great freaking song, and especially when Benji and Jesse and the other guy are all singing it together. It's like, whoo. Watch the movie, you'll understand that joke. The act is more blah blah blah, apology for Rebecca. And after the performance, she and Justin kiss. The Bellas win the national competition, and 6 months later, auditions for new members takes place. And the movie ends with Anna Kendrick saying, "Alright, bitches. Alright, Akka bitches. Our song is..." Yeah. All in all, I really thoroughly enjoyed the movie. When I first saw it, I was very apprehensive because I thought it was a baseball movie for some reason. My fiance, who at the time was my girlfriend, turned me on to the movie, and since then she has hated me because of the fact I'm more into musicals than she is, except for Phantom of the Opera with whatever his name is. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Phantom of the Opera. That's the one musical I don't like. Anyway, let's go down the character sheet right here, which I have on this side of the screen, as I said before. I need to take another drink. I'm sorry, you guys. I need to take something for my throat after I record this. Let's go down the list really quick because I don't want to make this video too much longer for you guys. And plus I gotta do like 6 or 7 more videos. Anna Kendrick is Becca Mitchell. I really enjoyed her character, but when I saw her for the first time, I immediately thought she was once again playing the same character from Twilight, which I very much hated her character from Twilight. But all in all, she proved herself with this movie, and her most recognized moment of the movie was the Cup song. You're Gonna Miss Me When I'm Gone. Great song. Look it up on YouTube if you've never heard of it. It's just an amazing song, and it's what the people do with the Cubs, you know. I got my ticket for the long way home. Little singing voice there. Anna Camp is Aubrey. Brittany Snow is Chloe. You can't really talk about these characters without talking about them together. They're a really great duo, kind of comedy. One is more carefree, the other is more oh, well, we got to get down to business. Those characters work well together, and especially the actresses that played them, they bounced off each other really well to me. Excuse me. Rebel Wilson as Patricia, Fat Amy. I liked her character. Especially a little moment in the movie when she's like, my name is not really Fat Amy, it's Fat Patricia. I like her confidence in the movie and her comedic timing with everything. Esther Dean as Catalina Rose Adams, a tomboyish member of the Bellas. Basically, she's a lesbian. She comes out as a lesbian halfway through the movie. And the funny thing is, Esther Dean, most of the songs that play in this movie, she also helped write at one point or another in her career. So she's a songwriter. Who knew? Alexis Knepp as Stacy Conrad, a highly sexually driven member of the Bellas. She a hoe. It's very much a surprise she didn't get pregnant during the scene, any of the scenes. My favorite character of all time of the film, or favorite female character, Anna May Lee as Lily, a strange member of the Bellas who speaks too quietly to be heard, but is later revealed to be a talented beatboxer. She beatboxes in this thing, man. Kelly Ace is Jessica, a bubbly yet absent-minded member of the Bellas. I don't really remember her. Shelley Renee Rayner as Ashley, a member of the Bellas who is also a beatboxer. Do not remember her. Denise, I don't even want to begin to try to pronounce her actual name, but Denise, a member of the Bellas, Catalina Rose's ex-girlfriend. Bam. Anyway, we move on to the troublemakers, basically, because it's only the main people that get shown throughout the entire thing that I follow. Skylar Aston as Jesse Swanson, an outgoing Barden freshman who hopes one day become a film score composer due to his great love for films. He joins the Barden troublemakers. The main guy, he's a really cool guy. He's very talented. I've seen a couple other movies he's been in. He's got a great singing voice. Yeah, basically that's all I can really say about him. Ben Platt as Benji. Favorite male character, if you can't tell. Jesse's irritating roommate and an illusionist who is a fan of the troublemakers. He later joins the group after Bumper drops out of the team. Benji's awesome. Benji. Anyway, Adam Devine as Bumper, the egotistical leader of the troublemakers. He's very much an asshole, but at the same time, he does show he has a heart because, well, it's not really till the second movie he shows he has a heart, but basically, his character does actually have a relationship going on with one of the Bellas. That Amy. Yeah, he's a chubby chaser. Don't even know how to pronounce your name, dude, so I'm sorry. Donald. Bumper's right-hand man who beatboxes raps and is the main vocalist. He's the Indian guy. A really cool character. He doesn't really get a bunch of lines. Most people could probably say that's racist, but I don't care. Basically, he's a really cool character. I liked him. Michael, whatever his name is, Unicycle. Don't know who he is. Kilo, don't know who he is. Greg, don't know who he is. Hat. What? Okay, he was given the nickname by Bumper. Steven, don't know who he is. Brian, don't know who he is. Michael, don't know who he is. Now we move on to additional characters. It's basically just throwaway cast. One of them is Corey, a former member of the Bellas who was kicked out for having sexual relations with a troublemaker. I don't don't think she should have been kicked out. But then again, I'm not a girl, and yeah. Mary Ellis, a member of the Bellas, who was kicked out for having sexual relations with a troublemaker. You see how serious they are about this. They kicked out 2 of their own members they desperately needed. Luke, a radio station manager who plays Becca's DJ, mixes on the screen on air, didn't get enough scenes with this guy, so it's like I can't really judge him. Kimmy Jin, Becca's Korean American roommate, who initial cold reception leads Becca to ask if she can speak English. I have mixed feelings about this character. It's kind of racist, but at the same time it's not, and it's a great satire for today's modern, I guess, foreigner. I don't know. Just know, if any Asian people actually see this video, I'm not in the slightest racist. I actually like Asian culture a hell of a lot more than American culture at times. Actually, the majority of the time. Actually, all the time. So, yeah. I'm not very big on American culture. You know what? I'm going to stop before I get into a rant. You see, go see that on Random Talks with Reaper, which is going to be airing tomorrow. Because this one's going to be airing Tuesday. And Wednesday will be... Anyway. Tommy, a university constantly harassed audition launcher. Oh, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, who is basically he plays the motherfucker in Kick-Ass. I love him. Also, he was McLovin. That was his most famous role. Great guy. John Michael Higgins is John Smith. A commentator for ICCAs, which is the National Collegiate Competition for Acapella Groups? I don't know. Elizabeth Banks as Gail Abernathy McCaden. See, you go with John Smith. She gets an awesome, cool name. The female commentator, and then finally Benjamin Hickey, or John Benjamin Hickey as Dr. Benjamin Mitchell, Becca's father, a professional for the college who insists that she attend classes and get involved. Good God Almighty, I'm so tired. I would go over more stuff about this movie. The fact that it won Best Music in a Musical Feature Film, Best Breakthrough Performance, Best Musical Moment, Choice Movie Comedy, Choice Movie Actress Comedy, Choice Movie Actor Comedy, Choice Scene Stealer, Best Villain. Apparently there was a best villain in that movie, and favorite soundtrack. All around, this movie was great. Everybody, critical acclaim. The review, blah blah blah, gave it an 81%. Rotten Tomatoes gave it an 81%, so you know it's got to be decent. But either way, you guys, I'm already running at 40 minutes here, and I got to record like 6 more videos for the week. And don't worry, I am going to be getting that other challenge video I said if I ever reached 1,000 channel views or 10 subscribers. Anyway, you guys, have a good day, night, evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time zone it is you guys are in. And as always, Reaper out.